Lecture number 4. The theme of our lecture, traditional mass media, types, functions, peculiarities. According to the plan of our lecture, we are going to discuss the following questions. The first, the concepts of mass media and communication. The second, key functions of mass media. The third, print mass media, audiovisual mass media, peculiarities of print mass media and audiovisual mass media. First of all, let's give the definition of media. A medium is a carrier of something. Common themes carried by media include information, art, or physical objects. A media may provide transmission or storage of information or both. By metonymy, the industries which produce news and entertainment content for the mass media are often called the media in much the same way the newspaper industry is called the press. Mass media is communication that reaches and influences a large number of people, as far as you know. Mass communication is characterized by the transmission of complex messages to large, diverse audience using sophisticated technology of communication. Mass media refers to the institutions that provide such messages: newspapers, magazines, television, radio, film, and multimedia web sites. As for the term mass media, it is also used for the specific institutions of mass media, such as radio networks and television stations, movie companies, music producers, and the internet. Communication derived from the Latin word communis, meaning to share, is the activity of conveying information through the exchange of thoughts, messages, or information, as by speech, visuals, signals, writing, or behavior. Here are some distinguishing characteristics of mass communication. The source of mass communication messages generally is a person or group operating with an organizational setting. Examples of these sources are news reporters, television producers, and magazine editors. Likewise, the source generally is a multiplier entity, and the resulting message is the work of several persons. For example, producers, writers, actors, directors, and video editors all work together to create a television program. Publishers, reporters, editors, copy editors, typesetters, graphic designers, and photographers together produce a magazine article. Mass media messages are sophisticated and complex. Whereas the message is in interpersonal communication may be simple words and short sentences, mass media messages are quite elaborate. Examples of mass media messages are a news report, a novel, a movie, a television program, a magazine article, a newspaper column, a music video, and a billboard advertisement. Channels of mass media, also called mass vehicles, involve one or more aspects of technology. Radio, for example, involves tape machines, microphones, devices that digit sound waves, transmitters that disseminate them, and receiving units that decode the sound waves and render. Regulation of mass media and varies. Audience generally are selected people who tune in a particular television or who read a particular magazine. Mass audiences also are heterogeneous, meaning that they are both large and diverse. They actually are made up of groups of people with dissimilar background, demographics, and social political characteristics. They are spread over a vast geographic area. Feedback is minimal in mass media, and no real give and take is practically possible. Messages flow typically in one way, from source to receiver. Traditionally, feedback has been minimal and generally delayed. A newspaper reader could write a letter to the editor. A television viewer might respond to a survey. With the internet, new possibilities are being found to increase feedback, but it remains limited. Like other forms of mediated communication, noise exists in the mass context. Noise may be semantic, environmental, and mechanical. Communication can be seen as a process of information transmission governed by three levels of semiotic rules. The first is syntactic, formal properties of signs and symbols; pragmatic, concerned with the relations between signs, expressions, and their uses; and semantic, study of relationships between signs and symbols. Communication is viewed as a conduit, a passage in which the information travels from one individual to another, and this information becomes separate from the communication itself. Communication is a creative and dynamic continuous process rather than a discrete exchange of information. Mass communication is the study of how individuals and entities relay information through mass media to large segments of the population at the same time. It is usually understood to relate to newspaper, magazine, and book publishing, as well as radio, television, and film, as these mediums are used for dissemination information used in advertising. Mass communication differs from the studies of other forms of communication, such as in-person communication or organizational communication, in that it focuses on a single source transmitting information to a large group of receivers. The study of mass communication is chiefly concerned with how the content of mass communication perceives or otherwise affects the behavior, attitude, opinion, or emotion of the person or people receiving the information. Therefore, the care should be taken to make communication effective. There are certain preconditions to make successful mass communication. These preconditions are understanding. The communicator himself must have clear understanding of the message to be conveyed. Thinking. The communicator must also thoroughly think over the using of words, time, and manner of communication to make the message cognitive, attractive, and acceptable. Consistency. There must be consistency between actions or behaviors and the messages sent by the communicator. And follow-up. To have an idea about attitudes, feelings, reactions, or understanding of the audience, the communicator is needed for arranging follow-ups. So the mass media are focusing on presenting current news to the public, include print media, newspapers, magazines, broadcast media, radio stations, television networks, and increasingly internet-based media, World Wide Web pages, web blogs. As for the key functions of mass media, they can be divided into three classes: informing, persuading, and entertaining. Informing, the most important function of mass communication is dissemination of information to the public primarily through mass media, electronic and print. Information diffused through these channels media is about new events, product changes in politics, ideas, philosophies, and so forth. Mass media are particularly effective to spread current information having news values. As for the persuasion is another function of mass media. Because of its having persuasive potential, both electronic and print media are used for advertising products, services, business, charities, and for political campaign. And entertainment. Entertainment is the most common function of mass communication. When used for entertainment, the mass media publicize such programs as are pleasurable to the consumers, or at least they provide the audience with some sort of escape or diversion from the anxiety of daily life. For example, newspapers for this purpose may include comics, crossword puzzles, and the like. Television may show situation, comedies, drama, variety shows, etc. Radio advertisement primarily consists of music, talk, shows, etc. The mass media are capable of oscillating short terms, intermediate terms, and long-term effects on audience. Short-term objectives include exposing audience to mass concepts, creating awareness and knowledge, altering outdated incorrect knowledge, and enhancing audience recall of particular advertisements of public service announcements, promotions, or program names. Intermediate term objectives include all of the above, as well as changes in attitudes, behaviors, and perceptions of social forms and norms. Finally, long-term objectives incorporate all the aforementioned tasks in addition to focus on restricting or perceived social norms and maintenance of behavior change. Evidence of achieving these three tiers of objectives is useful in evaluating the effectiveness of mass media. As education tools, media not only impart knowledge, but also can be part of larger efforts, for example, social marketing to promote actions having social unity. As public relations tools, media assist organizations in achieving credibility and respect among public health opinion leaders, stakeholders, and other gatekeepers. Finally, the advocacy tools, mass media, assist leaders to setting a policy agenda, shaping debates about controversial issues, and gaining support for particular viewpoints. Print mass media. Audiovisual mass media. Book A, book escalation of sheet paper, parchment, or other material with a piece of text written on them, bound together along one edge with covers. Magazines are another type of popular culture print media. They usually cater to a specific type of audience who are looking for information based on a particular subject. Magazines cover various topics like current affairs, business, finance, consumers, gadgets, self-help, luxury, lifestyle, beauty, fashion, entertainment, travel, etc. The frequency of magazines can be weekly, quarterly, bi-monthly, quarterly, half-yearly, or yearly. These magazines are the best forum for the advertisers as they have each readership. Magazines fall into two broad categories: consumer magazines and business magazines. In practice, magazines are a subset of periodicals, distinct from those periodicals produced by scientific, artistic, academic, or special interest publishers, which are subscription only, more expensive, narrow limited in circulation, and often have little or no advertising. Magazines can be classified as first of all, general interest magazines, for example, Frontline, India Today, The Week, The Sunday Times, etc. And special interest magazines, for example, women's, sports, business, etc. As for the newspaper, it is a publication containing news and information and advertisement, usually printed in low-cost paper called newsprint. It may be general or special interest, more often published daily or weekly. The first printed newspaper was published in 1605, and the form has thrived in the face of competition from technologies such as radio and television. Recent developments on the internet are posing major threats to its business model, however. Paid circulation is declining in most countries, and advertisement revenue, which makes up the bulk of newspapers' income, is shifting from print to online. Some commentators nevertheless point out that historically, new media such as radio and television did not entirely supplant exciting. A newspaper is a lightweight and disposable publication, usually printed on a cold paper called newsprint. A newspaper carries all kinds of communication related to a variety of topics like public politics, socialism, current affairs, entertainment, finance, stocks, etc. Apart from this, it also includes topics which are in lighter vein, like cartoons, crosswords, docu, movie reviews, book reviews, puzzles, crosswords, etc. The captivities the imagination and interest of readers from all groups. Newspapers are an important platform of mass communication as they reach every nook and corner of the world where electronic media fails to reach. It plays a pivotal role in providing authentic first-hand information, building opinion, updating the knowledge of the reader, and serves as a good platform for advertisers to promote their products. However, with the emergence of internet, which updates information every second and is just a click away, the popularity of newspapers has reduced. General interest newspapers are usually journals of current news or a variety of topics. Those can include political events, crime, business, sports, and opinions. Many also include weather, news, and focus. Newspapers increasingly use photographs to illustrate stories. They also often include comic strips and other entertainment, such as crosswords. Newspapers writers use special techniques or news style to win the reader's confidence and attention. According to Galperian, it is a system of interrelated lexical, phraseological, and grammatical means which is perceived by the community speaking the language as a separate unity that basically serves the purpose of information in instructing the reader. Primary function is to impart information, to influence public opinion on political and other matters. As for the television, it is a powerful medium for appealing of mass audience. It reaches people regardless of age, sex, income, or educational level. In addition, television offers sight and sound, and it makes dramatic and lifelike representation of people and products. Radio also reaches mass and diverse audience. The specialization of radio stations by listener age, taste, and even gender permits more selectivity in reaching audience segments. As for the internet, with the advent of internet, we are now enjoying the benefits of high technology mass media, which is not only faster than the old school mass media, but also has a widespread range. Mobile phones, computers, and internet are often referred to as the new age media. Internet has opened up several new opportunities for mass communication, which include email, websites, postcards, e-forums, e-books, blogging, internet TV, and many others which are blooming today. Internet has also shaped and started social network sites which have redefined mass communication altogether. Sites like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube have made communication to the masses all the more entertaining, interesting, and easier. Mobile phones have become a boon to mankind. It has made communication possible at any time and from anywhere. Nowadays, a smart device like a mobile phone is not only used for interaction, but also the other technical utilities like operating pumps from remote locations, etc. You can also get alerts of your monetary transactions in mobile phone. About a decade ago, who would have thought of having internet or mobiles? Today, we can stay in touch with the whole world via internet on our mobile phones. Computers. With the invention of computers, the impossible has become possible. We virtually get information about everything from pen to piano with the help of computers. It has added spread and multimedia to the information which was earlier available only to print format. In addition, anyone can voice his or her opinions through computers. Computers have added a new breakthrough in the mass media by combining human intelligence with the innovative technology. Internet. This is the most important device of the new age media. Discovery of internet can be called the biggest invention in mass media. In early days, news used to reach people only with the morning newspaper. However, today, live updates reach us simultaneously as the events unfold. For example, the royal wedding of Kate Middleton and Prince William was watched live on the internet by millions of people around the world. Internet has inspired interaction and connectivity through its social network media. It has become one of the core means of mass communication. We cannot think of leading our lives without it. Let us see how internet impacts mass communication through the following medias. Emails or electronic mails have drastically reduced the time it took for drafting and sending letters or mails. Electronic mails have also led to lesser usage of paper. Websites. Internet has a plethora of websites dedicated to various people, companies, causes, activities, etc. The most significant unit of this website is for providing information. Search is downloads through libraries and interaction through the social network sites. Because of these websites, carrying out e-commerce transactions has also become easier. Podcasts are mediums of mass communication that include short video or audio files. They can be seen and heard on mobiles, computers, and portable media instruments. They are engaging devices of communication. E-forums are bulletin boards on websites where people start threads on topics. They are usually hosted on a website. These forums are often open platforms to discuss a range of topics, right from which we call wall color is appropriate for baby girl's room to the research on the God particle. People give their opinion and share their experience on various topics. E-books. There are a number of websites which have hosted electronic books and online libraries. The main benefit of having electronic books is that you don't have to carry bulk books. You can read them on your e-book readers, mobiles, computer screens, or other devices. You can even adjust their font size to suit your requirements. And answer the following questions. What is the formal model of government control of the media? And has media ownership a strong effect of media as in democracy? The lesson is over. Goodbye.